I started to research a lot Jewish roots and Jewishness, and I wanted to know what it is that Judaism is about. What does Judaism believe? So I started to study their writings, and their writings include Talmud, Zohar, Kabbalah, Shulchan Aruch, which is their Jewish law, or it's called Halakha. And I started to expound on, listen to a lot of teachings by rabbi. I would open up a lot of videos that Chabad rabbi would specifically teach on Halakha and on Talmud and explain certain things. And I started to see that there is a huge discrepancy between Christianity and Judaism, that Christianity has absolutely nothing to do with Judaism. Judeo-Christianity, as often as referred to, is oxymoron statement. It's diametrically opposed. And I started to see that basically they actually are the enemies of Christianity. So I could not logically understand.
And Judaism is not biblical even by Old Testament standards.
That's correct.
God did not create Judaism.
Exactly. Judaism as we know it today is basically Pharisaism. Judaism is not true faith. It's not nothing that God has given.
It's what Jesus condemned.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I started to notice that we have the same battles today as first century Christians, as apostles, and that our enemies are the same enemies as enemies of Jesus. And it was the Pharisees with their oral law. You see a lot of Christians today, especially in Zionist circles, they think that Judaism is about Old Testament, that Judaism is just the Old Testament. All they believe, the Jews, they just believe the Moses law, and they practice the law of Moses. They have 613 commandments. Most of these Christians are not familiar with the Talmud, Zohar and Kabbalah, and where this 613 mitzvot comes from and what they're all about. So I started to study what they're about and what the Talmud teaches, and I noticed that there is actually a plan, there is a plot, and that's a plot against Christianity. The basically secret doctrine of the Zohar, what is behind Zohar, and you have to understand that the soul of the Talmud is Zohar, and the soul of Zohar is Kabbalah, the occultism or sorcery, as I refer to it. Now, this particular book, it doesn't speak against it. It only explains what it is, what the secret doctrine is. And here in a preface, it actually speaks of the secret tradition in Israel, together with some account of the manner in which it influenced Christian scholarship in Europe during 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. It seems like this is a plot that is not new. This has been pre-planned long time ago.
They've been infiltrating Christian churches and universities and organizations for centuries.
Exactly.
To change the gospel.
To change the gospel and completely put a virus in Christianity. I call that a virus, leaven of the Pharisees. And today's Christianity, especially here in America, has a virus. And we have to identify what the virus is. But it's basically the same problem as Apostle Paul has. It's a Judaizing of Christianity, but they also brought in occultic practices. But anyway, as far as I was studying this, I came to a really shocking information. And here on this page, I highlighted it. It says here, according to the Midrash Talpigoth, the Messiah will bring eternal peace, which of course was understood by the Israelites as peace for Israel, plus that which may follow extermination for all who did not enter by conversion into the house of Jacob. So
extermination?
Yes. So basically what they teach is that if Gentiles or Christians do not attach themselves to the Jews, they will be exterminated. And of course, we are well known for our Noahide laws, that we brought this to a light. So then you go to Talmud and you start reading what is the plan for Gentiles. You see, Judaism is a two-tier system. Judaism puts the wall of partition back. It's the Jews and non-Jews. And according to Judaism, non-Jews are different species. They are not, they're humans, but they're not at the level of the Jews. Jews are supposedly divine. They're the light of the world. They're the chosen. They have life of Hashem inside of them. That's the way they explain life of God inside. And the Gentiles, they can never achieve it. They're different species. They're on animalistic level. And the only way for Gentiles to make it to the world to come is to attach themselves to the Jews. And how do they do that? Well, through the Noahide laws, 7 Noahide laws. Gaon de Vilna have discovered the code or expressed, or he was able to get the revelation, as they say, of the mystery of Kabbalah. And they have predicted in that book, they said that at the end times, at the Messianic times, the figure like Cyrus shall appear again. So all of these Cyrus prophecies.
That was like over 200 years ago?
Yes, it was all over 200 years ago.
There would be a Cyrus figure appear.
Right.
And what would this Cyrus do?
Well, in a Jewish mind, they have not only one Messiah, like we know Christians, we have Jesus Christ as one and the only Messiah. They have two Messiahs. One is a Messiah ben Joseph, and one is Messiah ben David.
They have two?
They have two Messiahs.
One's not good enough?
Well, this is the way they explain it. The Messiah ben Joseph can be anybody, whether Jew or a Gentile. It can be an Edomite, according to them, a Gentile. But that Gentile has to do good for Israel and move Israel towards its final redemption, tikkun olam.
Okay, so Donald Trump was there, and they were telling him, your name is in gematria.
Yes.
You're like the Messiah.
Right, correct.
Okay. So he's the Gentile Messiah?
Yes, according to Jewish doctrine, Messiah ben Joseph can be either a Jew or a Gentile who helps Israel in their redemption process, who is doing anything, all the good things for Israel, so Israel can come to a place where they rule the world.
Well, you have two different points in that. You have the Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David, and one brings about Israel through redemption, but the other brings it about through war. And some are believing that that Trump could be possibly the David Messiah, and that Netanyahu could be the Yosef, which brings about the war, or vice versa. I forget now which one's which, but this is and there's all kinds of beliefs out there like this.
They need a Gulf of Tonkin incident. They need a USS Liberty incident. They got to do something to get around that Senate vote.
Yes.
Well, they consider him Ben Yosef Messiah for one reason. He has moved embassy to Jerusalem. Of course, there is a plan that all nations will move their embassies to Jerusalem. And then also he gave them Golan, and he's supporting their occupation of the land over there. So
are the Kabbalah wizards pumping this stuff into Donald Trump's head? Are they just making it up and telling him, hey, we have prophecies about Cyrus and the Messiah, and it's you. We've come to this conclusion. It's you. Are they just making this stuff up?
I don't see the heart. I don't know if he's willingly part of that, or if they are really putting this into his head. So I don't know what the truth is.
We know that they're saying it to him. We've got recordings of them saying, you're the Messiah.
Right.
You're in gematria.
Now, in Judaism, Ben Yosef can be several people. Every generation had Messiah Ben Yosef, according to Jews. So when they speak of Messiah, you have to be really careful to understand what they mean. Because, of course, then they have the Messiah, the final Messiah, the Ben David Messiah, and that one will be...
There's three?
That one will be a sacred serpent.
He'll be a what?
Sacred serpent.
A sacred serpent?
Yes. Uroboros.
A snake?
A snake.
Yes.
They're expecting a snake Messiah?
Well, Rabbi Laitman, who is a prominent Jewish philosopher, he's one, of course, is taught by the Rabbi of Goan that Jana was talking about already. But Rabbi Laitman really promotes the idea very openly that in the Garden of Eden was actually the helper of mankind. And of course, he writes about the sacred serpent, or the holy serpent he's even called, which they believe will be the last Messiah that brings about redemption. And so, I mean, I always think about how Jesus says in Matthew, that you're of your father the devil, or he says you are a generation of vipers. He's already telling you, but yet when we see this, then we see that they're looking for a serpent Messiah. I mean, it's just strange the way they think.
According to the book by Joel Baxt, Josephic Messiah, Metatron, and Sacred Serpent, that's the name of the book. In the second volume, he's describing the serpent that was in the Garden of Eden, and he's describing him as Androgynous Ai. And this is basically who their final Messiah is. They're bringing down their sacred serpent.
He's a transvestite?
Androgynous.
Or he's
male, female in one body, and AI, because Kabbalah is closely connected with technology. And in their books and writings, they're actually admitting they're going to bring their final Messiah through technology.
They're saying this stuff.
They're saying it.
I've been saying it, but I had no evidence of their writings. I'm just in my spirit believing that's where they're going with this. But you're saying that in their writings?
Yes.
They're saying that this snake Messiah is going to come through technology?
Technology.
Yes.
Yeah, so technology is connected to Kabbalah so closely that basically Kabbalah is technology. It's occultic. And they're specifically talking about the sacred serpent that was in the Garden of Eden. They're describing him in this particular book, and he was Androgynous Ai, and this is their Messiah. In the Zohar, Talmud, and Kabbalah, the entire thing is separation of people to Israelitic and non-Israelitic according to the book called Jewish Utopia. Now, they are building their own kingdom. It's the Jewish earthly kingdom with headquarters in Jerusalem, where their AI Messiah will be, and they're going to rule the world through the law. It will be international, one law, one religion, basically, Luciferian religion. So yes, in a Talmud, this is the Jewish earthly kingdom, and this is why the Zionist Christianity have embraced Chiliasm. They have embraced, or Chiliasm, I don't know how you would say.
Chiliasm. Which means 1,000.
1,000.
Where they get the 1,000-year millennial reign.
Exactly, which is a focus on earthly millennial kingdom. And this is how Jews and Christians are getting together, and Christians are so deceived, thinking that they're working for the good thing, for the Jews, like they're helping the Jews. The Jews are supposed to get this kingdom. Yet this is Zoharic doctrine, and it does not have good intention. As I said, that they want to rule the world, they want to get Gentile riches, and they want to rule the Gentiles. They don't consider Gentiles fully human beings, and in fact, as an end game, they have this strange doctrine, Adam Kadmon doctrine, which Adam Kadmon originally was, according to Zohar and Talmud, he was androgynous. Adam, like he wasn't male, or he was male female in one body, and this is why you see this transgender agenda today, and there are laws, very serious laws, passing in Alberta, Canada.
Is Zionism behind the transgender movement?
I don't think that, personally, I don't think Zionist Christians are aware of this. They're not aware of many details of what
But is Zionism.
But I think that, yes.
Does the transgender movement get its origin in Zionism?
Yes, it gets its origin in Zionism, and it gets its origin in the Talmud, Zohar, and Kabbalah. It's a Kabbalistic doctrine of Adam Kadmon, which is, eventually they have this doctrine called tikkun olam, repairing the world. Yes. So how do they want to repair the world? They want to bring it to the original. Who was original Adam? He was androgynous. So now they're putting specific things in food and drink, and they're basically their end game is to make humans that on earth that will survive whatever it is they're bringing androgynous.